I don't know whether this is true, and you please correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw on Twitter that someone mentioned that Carol Baskin had like
Yeah,
seen it or retweeted
yeah,
it, something like that. Is that true?
yeah. She shared it, which was pretty amazing because obviously Tiger King was like one of the, it's probably going to go down as the lockdown show that everyone
Absolutely.
watched. So you know, when we chose Tigers, we kind of had that in mind. Context is the thing that makes the idea, and so the client at Born Free came to us and said, can we do something with lockdown? How can we use that to sort of draw a parallel between animals that are locked up too? So when we heard that, literally our eyes lit up and we were like, that is such a great sort of insight. We immediately went, we should put our voices into the visuals of the animals.
I think there's been times where you do feel just a bit rubbish and just feel sorry for yourself.
I think that's what living with me 24/7 is. Yeah.
It's like, it feels almost surreal. Like you feel as if you've kind of stepped into this alternate reality.
A few minutes later, we were like, well, Creature Comforts does that. And then we thought if we could get Aardman, suddenly it sort of, we jumped ahead and thought, hang on, this could really work. And we'd do Creature Discomforts.
Rolling.
You're up and running on that, are you? Okay,
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm sure this isn't how the professionals do it.
Peter, the director, was amazing and it was really collaborative. So I think it was weird because we've never met him. It was all done on Zoom and emails and calls and whatever. So I think it was definitely very collaborative. We didn't want it to be scripted at all because that would kind of lose all the magic and warmth and charm of it. So everyone involved on the agency and Aardman side contacted friends and family who are, you know, across the nation, and we didn't tell them what the project was about. We just said, we're going to interview you about lockdown. Really reflect the nation, so people from different parts of the country, people with kids, people without kids, people in couples, people on their own. So just so that we could, get a real glimpse of what the country felt like.
So, yeah, I miss, I can't remember what I miss. It's been so long.
And how long did it take from idea to delivery?
Good question. I think it was around 12 weeks. We thought of it like very early on in lockdown when it was like dark times. We had to find the voices, record the voices, edit the voices was one whole process. Then design the characters, the backgrounds, animate them, and then finish it all off. So the little fly that flies around the banana, or the seagull that comes through, or like the little dripping tap in the lemur cage. Everything we did was trying to communicate the loneliness and the sort of horrendous conditions they're in. So even in the sound design, you know, with the chain on the elephant's ankle.
It's a bit depressing, really, and it's very lonely.
Kind of really wanted to get the sound right, and the little crickets in the nighttime sky, just to make it feel even more lonely. It was like every little element we tried to do something to enhance the idea, I guess. So
Was there a rush to get it out?
we kind of jumped ahead in our minds and said, let's say everything sort of eases down. This isn't like lockdown isn't something people are going to forget. It's such a momentous thing in like human history that if anything, we thought actually this might be more powerful. The fact that we're allowed to, you know, go out and about now, but those animals are still in those sort of cages. So once we sort of worked out the logic, we were like, actually, I think it's stronger when we can suddenly, you know, go to a pub or a restaurant. Or we were kind of relieved because we wanted to do it to its sort of the best it could be. But yeah, that's what we decided in the end.
And have you been happy with the reception of it? Like, someone mentioned that Carol Baskin had seen it or retweeted something like that. Is that true?
Yeah, she shared it. So, you know, when we chose Tigers, we kind of had that in mind, but never really wanted to sort of labour the point or do anything. It was just kind of a nod to it. But yeah, the fact that she'd seen it from wherever and then decided to share it herself was like, just felt like we'd ticked a box. The fact that it's getting the recognition is it's obviously great. We're really happy with it, but it's kind of something that you, as a creative, when you get to the end of the process, you're a bit blind to it, because you've lived with the idea for so long, and you're kind of like, is this good? Is this not good? So you're always kind of not sure how it's going to go down. So the fact that people really like it is kind of really humbling and feels really nice.
That's all my questions. Thank you so much for taking a bit of time out to have a chat.